What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 137 of the Podcast Boys. We're out here with Wyatt Sky, and hopefully it's going to be a good episode. I'm excited to have Wyatt on, and let's jump straight into story time. So, stories of this week. So, I did more powerlifting. I talked about that last time, and I've been, I don't know. I haven't really been doing... Like, it's just been, like, week after week, like, the past, like, month of just, like, school, and then just, like, after school, like, powerlifting. Literally been it. Like, I've done, like, nothing else, really. So, yeah, just, like, homework, schoolwork, so I'll give it to Justin.
All right, yeah, so my week, did some driving this week. So, yeah, after my soccer game on Saturday, I went with my dad, and we went driving, went all the way up a mountain, which is pretty sick. So... pretty scary for my first time, to be honest. I was kind of scared just because I didn't really know like how to drive yet, you know what I mean? And I wasn't
still learning.
Yeah, I wasn't very confident, but I kind of was just thrown in the deep end, and I just kind of learned along the way, I guess. So yeah, I've been driving lots. I'm feeling a lot more confident now, which is nice. So I actually drove here to the podcast, which is pretty sick, and been driving to school. So yeah, really just getting lots of practice under the belt and getting confident.
There you go. So, any close calls yet? Anything that's like been a bit risky?
Not any like really close calls, but there's been a couple times where I've been like I overturned and like almost like scraped the side of a car. So we live in like a underground thing, and we have like live in an apartment building, and there's an underground parking area, and when you're turning out of there, it's super tight, and so there's two like pillars, and when you back out, and if you turn too early, which I made the mistake of doing, you can get pretty close to that side pillar, and can like potentially scratch that mirror, but it didn't yet, so I haven't made any big mistakes yet, but it's been close. All
right. Well, we'll give it to Wyatt for his story time. So just share us anything interesting from this week happened with you.
I smoked a lot. I think it's because I smoked a lot. I don't remember what happened.
Interesting.
Nothing really excited happened, I think. I just been smoking, chilling, playing games, writing lyrics when I'm really high, you know.
Oh, damn. So what games?
You know, man, like
the Fortnites,
Minecraft, you know, fucking
Bedrock.
Yeah, and on PC too, you know, and then Overwatch too, man. That's pretty fire. And can't remember any other games I play.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all?
Yeah, man.
All right. So I guess Q&A, right?
Yeah.
Is that what's next? Okay, so Q&A. Okay, first I want to talk about your fit here today. So what do you got on? Tell us about it. Tell us your style. Where does it come from? Where does it originate? Like, tell us about what you're wearing right now.
Right now, I'm wearing a suit, a jacket, because it's fire. I got ripped jeans. You can't see, I think. And I got black forces on. I got this nice button-up black rose shirt. It's pretty fire. And under the shirt, I also have a Chemistry Supreme shirt.
Nice.
On the side, you know, it says Supreme,
I see it. It's very small.
Money, pussy, and weed.
Is that what you're about in life?
That's what I'm about in life.
All right, fair enough.
And you see, like, different colors and stuff? It's on this, man.
Oh, so it represents that on the DNA.
It's crazy.
Oh, okay.
It's in my DNA, man.
In the blood.
Weed, money, Supreme, and pussy, all in the blood.
Is it a specific order, or is it just, like, all
it's
together?
It's just, like, all together, you know?
Oh, okay.
At the same time.
All right.
It's pretty fire.
Nice. Okay. So, oh, yeah, you got this as well.
Oh, yeah, I also got my straw
and the
hat.
glasses, you got two here.
Yeah, I got my straw hat when I got another one for my friend, because, you know, we're brothers like that. I also got the sunglasses for Christmas, because, so I don't look high in my eyes, you know? I don't really get those high eyes where they're red. They just stay white, you know?
Okay. Do you see yourself having, like, an industry? Anything like that? Nothing?
Imagine myself as, like, a rapper, you know?
Okay.
Smoking a lot. Making a lot of songs and shit.
Okay.
And just what I want to do, I guess.
Nice. So what rappers do you look up to? What do you be bopping to? What do you listen to? What do you like? And who inspires you?
No one really inspires me. It's more the rap industry itself.
Okay.
Because a lot of people don't really get the shot to make it.
Mm-hmm.
And those who do, they become household names where you just like, they have big bops, you know? They have
Mhm.
bangers. I want to make people feel good within my songs, you know? It's fire.
So I heard you were talking about writing lyrics. What do you normally write about, and like what inspires your writing?
Well,
would
you
you say?
said you're high when you do it.
Yeah.
So, like, does that-
I'm high every day. So
Well, yeah, I think we figured that.
I get really high and start writing lyrics.
Mm.
And then it depends on how I'm feeling when I'm high. Because sometimes I just listen to rap and I rap about popping bitches, cuh.
Okay.
And
So pretty inspiring stuff. There.
Yeah,
Anything that like any deep stuff? Anything like?
I've rapped about some of that before,
Mm-hmm.
but like it's not that it actually came from the heart, you know. It's just
Mm.
things I thought of poetically,
Okay.
and I was like, damn, that shit's emotional, man.
Nice.
And I was like, damn, I should make more of that. But then I forgot it.
Writer's block almost. I mean, you can have like good days and bad days, right? Like everybody. What Okay, I had a good question. So, okay, rapping. Do you have a sample for us? Any SoundCloud? Anything we can put in the description? Maybe plug your shit. Go ahead.
No, not really.
Nothing. Okay.
Cause the one song I made right now, it's pretty bad.
Pretty bad.
Yeah, I used my Xbox mic to record it,
Mm.
and I did it before the day I had to present it to the
Oh,
class.
to the class. So it was one of those academic raps.
Yeah.
In English or something? Socials?
Science.
Okay.
It wasn't. It was for the personal project, you know.
Oh, rapping.
So-
Okay.
Yeah. So I kind of presented it there,
Mm-hmm.
and then, but like I was waiting the whole year for my voice to get better, but it just never did.
Mm.
So I was like, fuck it, I'll do this tonight. So I recorded the vocals. I actually made the beat before I presented at like night. So I was fucking screaming at my mic at like 11, just fucking bunch of threats and about smoking weed.
And you put down your personal project?
Yeah, man, it was fire.
Nice.
My teacher, Mr. Kwan, he's the goat. He said, yeah, as long as you need to swear, you know. I was like, I need to swear, man.
What did he say?
He said, all right, send me the lyrics. And I did, and he said, yo, this shit fire, dog.
He said this shit fire dog?
I'm paraphrasing.
Oh,
it.
okay. Fair enough.
And no, more teachers, I forgot their names, but they're
Mhm.
fan of me, you know.
Oh, okay.
That's-
Nice. So you get a good mark?
Yeah.
All right. Well, there
I
you go.
think so.
We had another rapper on here. We had
Yeah.
Addy Koos on here, and he was talking about how he was making music, and he had what did he talk about? He said that he had like on his laptop, he made the beats on his laptop, he
Mhm.
produced, and then he did the whole thing. Kind of
Yeah.
similar to you, right? You do the whole thing, you do the whole,
Yeah.
you know.
Process.
Yeah, and that's pretty that's really independent because a lot of people they have producer, they have like all this stuff, but I feel like there is a pro to it when you're producing, when you're doing
Yeah.
everything for you, it's really putting your image out instead of
Yeah.
just having a producer do it and they'll like do it for you. By you doing everything, it's really putting out this image of how you really want it, how you truly want it. So I think that's cool, and I think if you can really be successful off that, that'll be really fun to be, independent, and you don't have to sign to a label. They don't, because a lot of those guys, right? They do it for you most of
Yeah,
the time.
exactly.
Yeah, so that's cool. Hopefully, you get far with it. Maybe get off the Xbox mic and move up to one of these bad boys, and
Sure.
yeah, who knows,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, that's sick, bro. Do you have any more questions?
Not really. I mean,
Yeah.
would you have any plans on writing anything or like producing anything, putting any new music out, or?
Not right now specifically. I think in college I might try making music in the dorms or something.
Yeah.
Bro, you should start here, bro. We have like you got the mics in the library, bro. You can
Yeah.
rent out the booth,
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
start
true?
spitting, bro. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Cook up in the stew.
Yeah.
for sure,
I
bro.
mean, this is like a stew, pretty much. I
Yeah.
mean,
Good stew, yeah. Nice
Yeah.
garage.
Yeah,
Couple
bro.
mics.
Mhm.
A table.
What more can you need?
Exactly.
What more?
I was a summer counselor for kids,
Mm.
but it was like not like actual camp. It was like the state camp. You go there,
Oh, okay.
you read a little bit,
Mhm.
go outside,
Read to
play.
the children.
And yeah, I read to the children. I was the
Mm.
favorite, you know.
Oh, no way.
Mm.
Yeah.
What was your favorite book you read?
I can't remember the book names.
Oh,
man.
okay.
I was really high during that.
Okay.
I was like, I didn't stop the streak. I was like, oh man, I'm gonna keep it going, and they became
They'll
their
have to deal.
favorite.
They'll have to deal with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. And it's
Yeah.
like maybe that makes me more lovable, you know.
I always was a fan of the Elephant and Piggy books.
Mm.
I don't know if you remember those, but
So I was a
Classic.
fan of Calvin and Hobbes.
Calvin and Hobbes. I had like a phone case of Calvin and Hobbes for a while. And it was like, you know, the image of them with the galaxy in the background. It's like a famous photo with them.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I had
yeah.
that on my phone case, yeah. And then like Calvin and Hobbes, I liked Diary of a Wimpy Kid
Classic.
up there. I didn't
For
really get
sure.
into Bone that much.
Mm.
I know Jackson was a big Bone guy.
Yeah.
I
That
love
sounded a
Bone
bit
too.
weird.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, Bone.
I love boning.
Amethyst, do you remember that one? Like the comic books?
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah.
remember
Big
that.
into
That was
those
so
ones.
sick.
Yeah.
Big Nate.
Big name.
Big
Big
Nate,
Nate.
yeah.
I would play like the on Pop Tropica. You know how they had the Big Nate collab?
Yeah.
That was fun. Yeah, Big Nate. What's on? Yeah, Elephant and Piggy. Fly Guy, more for like
Yeah.
younger kids. Not
yeah.
as much like preteens. Yeah, dude. Great selection. Maybe
Yeah.
I should go read for the kids. I'll have
Yeah.
a good pick, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know.
Get some Amulet out there. Or like, what was
Sure.
the book? The girls would always read it. It was like a emoji with like braces, like a.
The
this called Smile?
Babysitters Club. Right?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I read
What was that
Like
about?
one
Like,
of
no, I
them.
saw guys reading it too, but it was a big like thing with the
with
girls.
yeah.
What was it about?
There's Smile, and then, there's
Smile.
Smile, and then there's Babysitter's Club. I think I read Smile. I honestly forget what it's about.
Mm.
Like, it's been so long, but I think it's about, like, it's just, like, growing up as a teen, you know? Got the braces and stuff, and just, like, I don't know.
Well, there you
I
go.
can remember, so, yeah.
All right. Well, I guess that's all of Q&A. So we'll go into topics now.
Yeah.
Do you want to start actually? Because I'll pull up a copper drop, so we'll save
Alright.
that for the end.
Yeah,
I
I'll
guess.
start us off with the first one I got here. So, PSG and Al Nassr
Oh yes.
had a friendly game. It is very interesting because this is the last time that Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi will play each other ever, pretty much. So, it was pretty cool to see that happen and just the respect they had for each other. Like, there's clips going around ESPN. And Messi and Ronaldo before the game, like before the kickoff, go up to each other, like pass them on the back or whatever.
Mhm.
Spoke a little bit, and yeah, it's cool to see that respect. Like even now they're on different leagues now, they're kind of going different paths, right? But it's cool to see that they still should have that same level of respect and just like I don't know, overall.
Yeah, I mean, there's a good chance this could be the last time they're playing each other.
Yeah.
Interesting friendly. I feel like this was almost set up for the specific Big Two.
Yeah.
Because why else would the Saudi League play PSG?
Mhm.
Kind of random, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Yeah.
it's cool nonetheless, though. It was
Mhm.
I didn't watch it, but it was a great game from what I saw. The score.
Yeah.
Ronaldo scored twice.
Yeah.
Messi scored twice.
I think
Once?
once or twice.
Neymar missed a penalty, which never happens. I don't remember the last time I heard that happen.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, great game from what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, big ups to them.
5-4 final, which I was pretty surprised that Al
That's a big
Nassr
score.
actually did like
Yeah,
quite well.
yeah, true.
I was expecting PSG to take the lead, kind of be
Mhm.
offensive and just sort of
Yeah.
keep that lead, but Al Nassr really clawed back into this one and it was pretty close. So
Mhm.
yeah, nonetheless, pretty good game and interesting to watch and see. So yeah.
Yeah, cool. I got a copper drop here. The next gen Copas.
Ooh,
Have you seen these?
I haven't.
You have? Okay, so yeah,
haven't.
these came out this week. The Copa Pure. I thought they were gonna stop making these.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they keep doing it. It's an old school that they keep on bringing back, and I really like these.
Yeah.
I like the black. I like the white, but it's also got the pink accents. Like
That's
I think
sick.
I think
Yeah.
that's sick, and this looks comfortable.
Mhm.
A lot of days now, like boots, football, soccer, just in like general, they're like oversimplified. I feel like there's too much going on.
Yeah.
Look how simple that is, and it just looks sick. That
Simple,
nice leather.
sleek.
The laces look really good. The tongue, everything. I'm saying cop. This is 100% for me. Cop in this.
Yeah.
What are you guys saying? I'll go with you first, Wyatt.
I think that's an absolute cop, man. Like,
Yeah.
it just looks sick as fuck, dog.
Mhm.
It's got that little tint of pink on it. And
Yeah,
got
I
the
like
black.
next to the white stripes as well.
Yeah, it's
Under
fire.
the studs as well. And I like the background as well. What are you saying, Justin?
I've got some Copas myself, and I really like them. They're kind of like the only leather boots from Adidas that they have right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
In terms of like newer releases, and they're super
Mhm.
comfortable, good touch, nice cushion, and overall great boot. So yeah, going off just that alone, I think those boots would be great as well. And yeah, pretty cool. So caught from me as well.
Nice. All right, we got one more. It's another boot. All right, we're still on soccer. This is a real. Okay, so here's here's a video of it. These are the new Nike Precision, Phantom.
Mm.
Sorry, Phantom GX. The new.
Yeah.
They release these year after year. Here's a photo of it. This is a really cool like artwork kind of concept with like the pink and blue. It kind of matches with like a. I don't know why they chose like an arcade.
Yeah.
And the claw in this graphic looks a bit weird. Cause like look
Yeah.
at the other ones, and then this
Yeah.
one's just like, looks like the guy just like lost like hope in it. He's like, fuck, I'm not,
Gave
I'm
up,
done
bro.
adding like every megapixel. Just draws a line. Yeah, I think these are. I like the colorway. It's an interesting pattern, like the stripes at the front. They kind of came out of nowhere. Similar to the last one though, with like the pink, some blue this time. I like the sock because it's not like I don't like sock really in general, but this is not bad. Like I could definitely rock this. Big sock really does not like I can't do that really. If it's like a long ass sock, like I'm wearing a sock, you know what I mean? Like I don't need
Yeah.
another one. So I'm gonna say cop. I think these look comfortable, and I think they just look sick. Obviously they're like $300 fucking or something crazy, but yeah, I'm just for this like I'm gonna cop it. Yeah. What are you saying?
I think that's an absolute cop, man. Like, the colors
Absolute
remind me of cotton candy.
Oh yeah.
Got a little bit of white
Good
in the
point.
background. That looks sick.
Mhm.
I like the arcade style.
Level 99 apparently. 3
Yeah.
health, 3 life left.
They've been grinding, man.
Mhm. What are you saying, Justin?
I don't know. I'd say cop. Like off looks, it looks great. But I think like the Phantoms are the one with like that little like back tab, right? It's like that new technology in the heel.
Yeah.
So if you like watch
What does
World
that do?
Cup, huh?
What does that do though? Like
So I think what they have now, it kind of adjusts to your foot so that your heel isn't
Oh.
like slipping around a lot.
that's a good thing.
So yeah, in some boots you can see your like sometimes if it's like the boot's a little bigger, if like you're younger and you're buying cleats that are gonna be a little bigger so they fit you for longer, your foot sometimes slips around. So some people
Yeah.
they choose grip socks to grip the bottom
Yeah.
of the boot so their foot doesn't slip around.
I should buy
Some
those.
people do like double socks I've heard of,
Yeah.
which could be pretty uncomfortable. And I've seen a couple different ways to tackle that problem, but I think Phantom's kind of a like unique way of doing it.
They
kinda
like do it
having
for
that-
you.
Yeah,
right?
having
From
that
what you-
back heel like almost I think it's a Velcro strap that just goes around your heel and supports it. I haven't tried it, so I can't really say much on the technology if it works, if it supports your heel good enough. But from my own observation, I would just think that it wouldn't be that secure because it is more kind of like a sock material instead of like a hard backing like liner.
Yeah. That's true.
And so for that reason, I'd say drop just because I don't know how the boots really feel. I'd have to go
Yeah.
try them on. But I mean, if all the pros are wearing it, I'm sure it's not too bad, and it's probably like good. You know? What I
Yeah.
mean?
So you would think that it has less ankle stability, right? But
yeah.
I actually bought the new Puma. I got them as a gift. I got the new Puma Futures. I
Yeah.
had the last ones. They were really sick. And I got the new ones. And the sock is a bit more high on it. And I was like,
Mhm.
oh, this might not be good for my ankle. I'm being honest here. It doesn't feel that big of a difference.
Yeah.
It feels pretty similar. I think it's because they compromise. Right?
Yeah.
So because they have the sock, they like bop up the material, the hardness, like up
Mhm.
more.
Yeah.
So it's like replacing that, you know what I mean? So I think that kind of coincides, but obviously like that's not with every boot, right? I'm just saying from what I got.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'd cop. That's all of my topics, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have much more here, but I do kind of have something from this week, kind of touching on my story time, a little bit of a topic here. So this year, I'm just trying to read more. My
Yeah.
goal is 18 books this year, which calculates to 3 books, or 1 book per 3 weeks. And I just
Nerd.
finished my first book, The 4-Hour Workweek. Pretty cool book. Talking about like lifestyle development, how to like retire early, how to like approach work, and just some cool concepts in there. And I just started a new book actually called Atomic Habits, which is quite interesting.
Is that
So
like a nuclear war book or something?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so it's about like building
Really?
habits, and it's about like just how like habits can like affect your life, and like creating like valuable habits, effective habits that can build up to like take you to where you want to go. So I thought it's really interesting. So there's a couple. They made some really cool analogies in the book. So the first like comparison they made was the British racing team, cycling team, that is. So for years, the British cycling team was horrible. They couldn't make podium. They were bad in the Olympics.
Fuck them.
Yeah, Tour de France. They couldn't do anything. And they hired this guy, and this guy was like a bit of a crazy guy, but what he did is he implemented all these small habits for the team. So that means like he put alcohol on the tires to make them
Sure.
grip the floor better. He
Interesting.
made sure all the riders' sleep schedule was like to the T.
Yeah, pretty.
He had like their pillow stiffness. He accounted for that too. One of the most interesting things he did is the truck that carries the like bikes. All the interior of the truck was completely white, so that not a speck of dust could get in there.
Okay,
and
that's
if
a
it
bit
was,
far-fetched.
you could see it. So all these small little habits ended up building and building for years and years and years. And eventually this team became one of the best teams in the world and has one of the best runs in all of cycling history.
Wow.
So because of this guy, England was on the podium for years and years to come. They won the Tour de France, which is like one of the hardest cycling races ever, marathons, I guess you could call it. And he really just revived this team, and it kind of just shows the power of habits. And so, yeah, it's quite an interesting concept, and they go over some different principles for making habits. So the first one is just making it easy and making it like accessible. The second one is making it attractive. The third one's like the environment. And there's one more, but I just can't remember right now. But yeah, really interesting stuff. And they talk about how to improve habits and like how to make it easier to attain. And so for me, going to the gym, sometimes it's not the easiest, right? Sometimes you don't have that motivation. You don't want to go. You're busy. And you kind of start playing like games with yourself inside your own head, you know. Oh, I should be studying right now.
Yeah.
I have exams
They say the
coming up.
hardest part about going to the gym is going through the doors.
Exactly. And so how do you get to that point where you can motivate yourself to get past that? And so this book kind of details that.
Cool.
One of the, I guess one of the methods they talk about is this thing called habit stacking. So regardless or not, everyone has habits. Even like turning on a light when it's dark, that's a habit. You started that when you're a kid. Oh, it's dark. I want to see.
I'm scared
You
of the
flick
dark.
on the light. Yeah. So that's just kind of like a subconscious habit that's just built over time, right? And so everyone has a bunch of habits. So one of the best ways to implement a new habit is to put it after an old habit, because that way you have a cue or like a trigger when starting that old habit. So one of the habits I do is after I get home from school, I read like 2 chapters of a book. And after that, my next habit would be going to the gym. And because I'm trying to go to the gym more, it helps with that habit because I have a cue, right? As soon as I get home from school, whatever, read a book, and then I go straight to the gym. And that kind of just keeps your brain in check and like allows you to do that without having to make like consequences
Pretty
and
philosophical.
like thinking about it. So yeah, it's pretty interesting, and there's lots of little like tips and tricks in there to help improve. So yeah, overall, pretty interesting book, and I recommend it to anyone out there.
That's a crazy story with the Britain
Yeah.
cycling team.
For sure.
Well, that just goes to show, right? I mean, habits and as well as hard work and dedication will get you far. That's a fact, and that's pretty cool to hear from that story. All right, well, we're going to end it here, but I'm going to ask you one more question. So you had a knee issue. Which knee was it?
My left knee?
Your left knee. Okay, so tell us the story of what happened with your knee and your process in getting better, because that's been like a big part of your life recently, I'd say, right, from the sounds of it. So what's your experience? What's happened? What are you doing now? And what are your plans for the future with your injury?
Well, what I'm doing now is I'm just like going through life, man. It just
Shit
walking
happens.
is better. It's the way she goes.
Mhm.
It just gotta move on.
Mm-hmm.
Just gotta get your knee better, strengthen it up, and then get back to it, man. when it happened, I just like on New Year's fell down the stairs, flying knee the shelf on the bottom, and then 5 days later got surgery. But then after that, I had 4 months later, I was in the recovery state. I was going to physio. I could walk. I could maybe run sometimes. Um, go to X-rays, find out my kneecap moved up 3 centimeters because at the first surgery they said they were gonna put a wire in. I was like, oh, okay, so I need another surgery to get it out. They were like, oh, we never put a wire in your knee. It just looked good enough. And I was like, all right, bet. I don't get another surgery, man. Turns out my kneecap moved up 3 centimeters because they didn't have the wire in to like prevent that from happening. And then I just get really pissed off, and then have to have another surgery to get my wire in. My knee's still fine. And then a month later, I kind of fell on the street a little bit,
Oh.
I was like before the surgery though, so it was alright. So I didn't notice like a little slump.
Mhm.
Fell, hit my knee. I was in shorts too, and like took a bit of the scar off from the first surgery. It was bleeding, and I didn't even notice that until the car. I just kind of got up, shrugged it off. I was like, fuck, and then went back to the car, touched my knee a little bit, looked down my fingers, was like, oh, that's blood, man. And then saw some bare skin right here, and that's kind of why my scar looks different. It looks like it's divided in 3 ways, and
Because it went through more than just the one thing.
Yeah, I had 3 surgeries. One part at the top, it looks like more darker. You could see where the line was cut. The middle, it's like less darker. You could see where the line's still cut. It's still same path, but it's like a different shade. Kind of looks gross, but the bottom is more thicker because that's where the scar kind of went off the first time. And then it kind of just like put more tissue on it, I guess, scar tissue.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah.
So the falling really fucked it up, essentially.
Off where? The street?
Yeah.
The street, it kind of like took a bit of it off, and then like it didn't like fuck it up. Just kind of made it look more gross.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what do you do in physio? What kind of exercises? Because I've got back. I'm just done physio after I've fractured my leg. You saw. I had the boot, and I'm done with physio. And I know it's like. So what exercises have you been doing?
It's more about the whole leg process because I couldn't move it for a long time, and it's lost a lot of power and
So it's
muscle.
not just your knee; it's the whole fucking leg.
Yeah. So now I just gotta get my whole leg.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just kinda have to regain it back.
Mm-hmm.
And then at physio, they also have this electrical shocking thing they put on your knee.
Electric therapy? Is that
electric therapy. They put it on your knee while you work out and like kind of stimulates the muscle a little bit, gets it going. And then there's stretches and stuff. There's like kind of massages where you could press down the scar tissue a little bit more because my knee looks bumpy still. It's like, I don't know. It just looks bigger.
All right. So, you excited to get back to normal? Because you aren't quite there yet, but you're almost there.
Yeah, July.
So, what needs to be done?
Wait, what'd you say?
What needs to be done?
What needs to be done? I just need to strengthen it more because my left knee is still significantly weaker than my right knee. So, if I can't, like, do
you
stuff... You
can, like, tear ACL if you don't, like, even it out.
Yeah.
Or, like, just risk of injury.
Just risk of injury is, like...
In general, yeah.
My patellar tendon, I think it's like connected still. It's not that it's for sure that it won't ever like tear off again. Because like when it happened, I broke a piece of my leg bone too.
Oh.
And then that leg bone had a little bit of the patellar tendon on it. And then it kind of broke off. My kneecap ended up near my thigh somehow. That's the way she goes.
That's life, dude.
That's life.
How was the surgery? Like, do you remember going under for surgery?
Oh, I bet you loved getting high. I bet you loved going on whatever happened, bro.
Well, I remember they had to strip me, and then they had to put this little big-ass coat, kind of.
Were you wearing this?
No. And then we're just chilling in the bob cap thing,
Mm-hmm.
And then they put me on the table.
Mm-hmm.
I was chilling. I was kind of scared. One of them would see my dick, you know?
That's what you're scared of?
Yeah,
Dude,
because they're fucking old ass men, dude. They're fucking grown ass dudes, man. I'm just saying, I didn't have my socks
Alright,
on
fair
then.
enough, fair enough, fair enough.
And then they just put this mask over my mouth, and then they told me to count down from 100, I think.
What?
I made it to like 70.
And then you just stopped.
Yeah.
What did that feel like? You were like 71.
And then I fucking blacked out. It's like how
Yeah.
you feel like when you black out drunk. It's just,
Can't
you're
relate.
just gone.
Alright. What were you on? No drug.
I don't know what they said it was. They just kind of, oh, we're going to put you out, man. And I was like, all right, bet. And then I woke up, my legs feeling all shanked up a little bit. After surgery is like, doesn't hurt as bad, it's sore. You
Yeah.
can't really move it. But after surgery, the days after just suck.
Yeah, because you gotta
Feel
go
like
through
hell.
all that, like.
I'm just saying, my kneecap, when I was like in my bed the day after when I woke up, I was like on my bed, I couldn't move it. All the blood stayed like the same. It wouldn't move. And then as soon as I got up a little bit, I had to move my leg by hooking it under my other leg. And then I have to move it out, get up, stand up, take a piss in a bottle, and then get back down, and then on the bed, and then stay there the rest of the day. But the feeling when the blood comes rushing through your leg, it hurts like hell. I could feel every single fucking atom of my leg as it goes through.
Damn.
And it just feels like it's throbbing and it's hurting, and I can't, it's like still broken, you know?
Yeah, I mean, well, I haven't been through surgery, thankfully, but I've done conscious sedation, is what it's called. When I broke my wrist, they put me under ketamine, and I was asleep, and they just realigned it as much as they could so that they could put the cast on. So that was that. It lasted like 15 minutes, but it felt like hours had gone by. When I was up, I've talked about it on here before. That's the weirdest experience I've ever had, was being on ketamine. And how long was the surgery?
I think they said it was about a couple hours. Where like they sliced my knee, but like after that, after like the day after, at night, I could feel the knife kind of slicing through my knee
it's
still,
like
and it felt like that little fucking
Scalpel.
shock. You know?
even though you're asleep, like you could
I
you were
could
still
still
there.
kind of feel it, you know. And then during the day, it would just hurt. It felt like a chainsaw blade was inside my leg, and the blade was going through my skin. Like not through it. It was like still in my skin, and it's still kind of poking out. It's still like going around and around, you know, on my scar and area. Like,
Oh, dude, that sounds brutal. I mean, when you were high from whatever you were on, what was that experience like?
I didn't really get high off the medicine they gave me, because what they gave me when I had the 3 surgeries, they didn't tell me it. I just kind of got knocked out. But like the meds they gave me were children Advil, so I had to really sit through that pain.
Children's Advil.
Yeah, man.
Look.
I could go around saying my injuries and stuff, because I got a lot of bad luck, man. I don't know why. It's just something that comes to me, you know?
Everyone's got their thing. All right. Well, anything else?
I don't think so. I think that's.
Anything from you? Any closing statement? Anything?
Weed is perfectly fine. It doesn't damage your brain. It doesn't prohibit it from growing anymore. It just makes you feel fine.
Hot take. All right. Well, we're going to end it on that note. It's been episode 127 with Wyatt Sky. Check out our description for Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, all that good stuff. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.